Okay, so I was just getting prepared to go out and do an investigation. I was going to go to a new place tonight. Well, not a new place, but a new area of the Priory to do an investigation there. And yeah, it is pouring down now, and I think it's going to get a bit worse for the next 2 hours. So anyway, plan B, I have decided that I am going to do a little experiment here. I'm going to do what I first did about 2 years ago when I first got into all of this paranormal investigation stuff. I'm going to set some equipment up upstairs. My idea is this: I'm going to put my GoPro on for 2 hours on a time lapse, run it, have the equipment set up around, see if anything gets recorded. It's a little experiment, and what I might then do overnight is leave all the equipment out and again plug the GoPro in and run it overnight. Given the weather, rained off, what can I do? And it's a little experiment. I'm quite intrigued by it in a way. So yeah, I think that's going to be the plan for the evening. So I'm going to set the equipment up. I'll come back. I'll do a quick video when it's all set up, and who knows? I might pick up something in the house, considering that it was an event in this house that got me started properly on all of this paranormal investigation, ghost hunting type thing. When I saw those strange amber red ball, and then the 3 flashes. Yeah, very unusual. So anyway, I'm going to get the gear set up, and I'll come back in a moment. Okay, so I've got things set up. As you can see, there is the GoPro, and it's set on a time lapse on 2-second intervals. So I'm going to run this for maybe 2 hours. I've got spirit ball just down here, a couple more over here. There's 3 more around this area. Got a REM pod, EMF, and there's 2 more up here. Now this is where I actually did see the red ball flash. And then when I was in the bathroom, it happened again, which seemingly somewhere here. And then when I went back into the bedroom, which is just here, it happened again, but the light seemed to happen halfway down the stairs. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to run this little experiment, bit of fun. So I'll start the GoPro. There we go. So investigation is current. See what happens. And yeah, what I will do just before I go to bed, I think I'm going to run this overnight, put it in a power bank, turn the light off, and just have it running overnight, and then check the footage tomorrow, and just if anything comes up, who knows. Yeah. Okay, so I have downloaded the footage from my overnight investigation, that passive investigation that I did with my GoPro, and I've looked at the video footage, and I honestly wasn't expecting to see anything. Even though I did experience something about 2 years ago in my property, when I woke up to go to the bathroom and scared the death out of my ex-girlfriend Inez at the time, when I started shouting and screaming saying there's something in the hallway. And Inez, I don't think for a second you'll be watching this. I do hope you're well, by the way, if you are. But I just really wish that you had lifted your head from the duvet and witnessed what I witnessed. And it would have been so good to have had someone corroborate my experience, because, like I say, it's been a little bit of a passion of mine for this last 2 years with what I experienced, and getting into paranormal investigations and everything has been quite life-changing in a strange way, but very enjoyable. But yeah, if only you could have witnessed it, and at least then I could have said, well, it wasn't just me that saw it. But that digression aside, so anyway, I set the GoPro up last night and checked the footage, and there's some interesting things on there. There is a bunch of EMF triggerings, as well as some unusual lights, which I will point out as the video progresses. Okay, so coming up on the next clip is the first and probably the most interesting thing from the whole video. What we see is the EMF meter triggers very briefly. It seems to go dark, then triggers, and then you see a blue flash for a split second on the middle side of the left side of the screen. So think of it centrally, be coming up very soon, around about where the door handle is. So it will be coming up right now. Yes, it's a dark screen. You can see the EMF meter in green, and there will be a short blue flash, which I have slowed down, but just look for it in real time now. There. And the EMF meter triggers as well. So yeah, absolutely insane when I saw that. I just had no idea what to think. I double checked it, and it doesn't appear to be an artifact, but what I've got coming up now is it's slowed down to 5% of its original speed. So again, it's roughly where the door handle was. Just look out for the blue flash there, look at that. And then you see the EMF meter blink as well, just on that section where the EMF meter is there. You saw that blink very, very lightly. So yeah, like I say, well, I might put some photo stills of that at the end of the video if I get a chance to do it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, when I first looked at the video, I just had no idea what that was. I've actually missed it the first time when I looked over the video. Then when I cleaned my MacBook screen, looked back over, and I just saw a blue flash, and I just thought, wow, man, it's just very different to the flashes I saw 2 years ago, but a flash all the same in a darkened hallway. So what I've got coming up right now is another EMF meter triggering. Now, some of these were quite pronounced and some of them were very subtle, but if you look at the green dot on the lower quarter of the screen, you should be able to see it quite easily. That should trigger very soon. Yeah, that was actually quite a big one. That went all the way up into orange. So moving along, there is another. This is probably getting into 3 a.m. by this point. That flash itself would have probably been around 2 a.m. I'd been in bed asleep about an hour and a half at that point. So now there's going to be another EMF flash. Yeah, very subtle. And again, there's going to be another one. I believe there was 8 of them in total, and a couple of unusual light phenomena. Now, one of the light phenomena, I will discuss it soon when it comes up. So here's a 4th EMF flash. Right, and again, another flash will be coming up. Okay. And then number 6. There, that was a bigger one as well. Notice some of them, like number 5 was actually quite small, but that 6th one was quite large. Now, it's starting to get light. Can you see that purple haze appearing? And then there's another EMF flash. Daylight's starting to kick in now. Yeah, so very interesting. Quite a few things to think about there, which I will discuss now in brief. So just to recap the main sort of findings from this, then there was intermittent triggering of the EMF across the night, some of which was quite pronounced, most of it was quite subtle. And very interestingly as well, there was a blue flash caught. Now, I'm going to analyse that in a little bit more detail, and I might even get AI to look into it as well, just to check for any artifactual type issues with the GoPro. I don't know enough about video editing, obviously, to make a proper sort of draw a proper conclusion from this, but it is unusual. And like I say, based upon what happened in this property 2 years ago, when I witnessed an orb blow up and flash above my head, and then it happened twice more. Even though I didn't see the orb flash, it happened twice more. And then I've seen, or at least captured, what would appear to be another form of strange blue energy on my GoPro tonight, last night when I set it on time lapse overnight. So it's kind of exciting. I've got to say, I don't feel like scared or anything like that. I feel like really intrigued to discover a little bit more about what is going on here, whether it can be explained away or whether it might be something a bit more unusual. But it just gives me a bit more motivation to keep doing these investigations and getting out there, and just when I'm back in England, just enjoying myself doing these little solo investigations and things, which I find really, really quite exciting and interesting and things. So, but yeah, like I say, I mean, last night, I'm so happy that in a way that the rain came out of nowhere, curtailed my plans to go down to the castle to do another investigation. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to get the gear set up and run an investigation in the house and let it just sit there overnight. It's an idea I've been kind of toying with for a while, just to let my GoPro just run on time lapse, which I will be doing more of because I recently bought a DJI Pocket 4, which is much better for low light videography than what the GoPro is. So, and I did try the Mission 1 as well by GoPro, but it's crap, so I sent it back. But apparently the DJI Pocket 4 is really good, so that's what I've got. But the Hero 12 will be used for quite a bit of stuff, but I'm excited to use it for overnight. So if I'm staying at places like Chillingham Castle or anywhere else, I can just let the camera run overnight on a time lapse and see whether it picks anything up in the room. And if you get the frame rates right, then yeah, you might be able to, pick up some phenomena which you would have ordinarily missed because you were asleep. And it also gives you the chance to investigate another room or another area when you're off doing something else. So I think I'll partner it with an EVP with a voice recorder as well. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Last night's overnight investigation turned up some interesting things. So I'm keen to keep doing a bit more on this, and I think I'll do another one or two of those investigations this week. Just let the GoPro run overnight and see what comes up.